Welcome to Tanakh Talk. I'm your host, William Hall, broadcasting to you live out of Kingsland, Texas, USA, with episode number 52, The Bride of Christ, with Rabbi Tovia Singer from Jakarta. Welcome, Rabbi. It's such a pleasure. It always is a pleasure, and I'm so glad to be here again. Thank you for showing up.
It's such a pleasure. Do you realize what you just said? We're going to episode 51 with the Bride of Christ from Jakarta, Indonesia. I've been called a lot of things, but recently, at least not in the last few days, I haven't been called the Bride of Christ. This is not usual, but exceptions happen.
That's hilarious.
That's
literally,
true.
I caught that as I was saying it, and I was like, I had to clarify at that tail end. So now everybody who's watching is going to want to go back as soon as we're done, replay it to see how well that sounded.
No. Everybody's sending me text messages wishing me a mazel tov. They asked how come I wasn't told that you were going out, you were dating, something was happening. I didn't see you at any restaurant. Were you going out? You could have told me. I thought we were close. How come you didn't know about the thing? When's the wedding? How come? Who can I bring my sister-in-law with me? So anyways, it's a pleasure to have me on.
I'm starting to see why Jakarta has the greatest coffee in the world. I think it may be laced with something.
We are...
Oh, you're not speaking now, so there's a secret ingredient I see. Something has to do with mota, I bet. No, I'm just kidding. That's really great. Hey, I'm still waiting on my coffee. You're supposed to send me some Jakarta coffee sometime.
Am I? Well, I truth is, I drink Vietnamese coffee.
Okay.
I do, yeah. I'll send you. Well, are you really into coffee?
Yes, I drink coffee. That's about the only thing I drink besides water is coffee.
But you brew your own coffee?
Well, I don't grow it, but I do brew it. I mean, we have coffee pots, and we.
No. But this is not like you drink Maxwell House. It means you have a brewer that will. If I send you coffee, you'll brew it and drip it and the whole thing.
Yes, totally.
Yes, and you have an appreciation for the finer things in life, or you're just
especially when it comes to coffee.
Okay, I'm going to send you coffee. Will blow your mind away.
That's awesome.
Blow your mind away. Your frontal lobe is going to shoot out of your nostrils. I'm not
counting
joking.
on it. That's going to be great. I can't wait. Okay, ToviaSinger.tv. He's got his own lineup of the videos there, which are very easy to find, and his website is much prettier than mine. So you will like it. If you've never been there, you got to go there. It's really, really cool. So... Well, Rabbi, the phones have been ringing off the hook before we even started this morning. I've got, yes. I think people are going through Tovia withdrawals. And I know I have been. Shoot, I'll tell you what, I can't wait to get back in the studio each week. So, wow, it's so good to see you. And you look great as usual.
Oh, that goes without saying. That's not a question.
Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, Rabbi, the first question I'm going to put up was at the bottom of the list, but it was only there because the caller literally called in 5 minutes before the show. And there's some other callers who will be calling in. They said they will be calling back about 11:10, 11:15. So this is Scott from Winnipeg, okay?
Yeah.
Today is Ishtar Sunday, Easter Sunday, right? And he's curious.
You know what's funny is I didn't know.
I didn't either. I forgot about it. I have a customer of mine who texted me a little while ago, asking me about some electrical problems they was having with something, and I said, I can come out today. He goes, oh no, I wouldn't expect you to come out on Easter Sunday. I was like, oh, that's today? Yeah, so they get it. It's interesting. I completely forgot about it. Otherwise, we might have actually called this episode Easter or something. I don't know, but we can talk about that. In fact, we're fixing to now.
We really don't have to talk. My mom is
you
watching,
do.
So if we skip the Easter part, she won't be upset. Hi, Mom. I'm kidding. My mother isn't watching. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Scott called from Winnipeg, and he is a B'nai Noach. He is a non-Jew who says that it's that couple times a year where all their family that are Christian, they get together and everybody's expected to show up. And he's wondering if there are any, I hate to say loopholes, but really that's kind of what it is. Is there any loophole that let's act like it's me, that I could have, let's just say they want me to come, well, let's say I'll go, but as long as I don't eat of the meal, is that okay? Can I still go to the Easter egg hunt? Or is it absolutely forbidden even for a non-Jew to participate in these type of things?
You're a child of God, created in the image of Hashem. And Easter is a pagan festival by any measure. It is, in fact, the most esteemed festival on in the Christian calendar, and given that you're a child of Hashem, you should do nothing that violates the intimate relationship that you have with your wife. And just like, if you're married and, I don't know, there's some inappropriate party, bachelor party, but you're married, so you wouldn't want to lay eyes on another one. So in the same way, it's not good for your neshama. It's very, very bad for your neshama. Easter is not found in the Christian Bible, and we could trace its celebration to the 2nd century, although early on in the church, Easter was celebrated, really early, very early 2nd century, was celebrated based on when the Jews said it was Passover. And there was a number of ways of celebrating it on the 4th, because the Gospels don't agree. The Synoptic Gospels don't agree on when Jesus was crucified or when he was resurrected, or the holiday that celebrates the period of resurrection. So there was a disagreement because John places Jesus' crucifixion and therefore resurrection 1 day earlier. So there was a huge fight in the church, big, of when Easter should be followed. But they did ask the Jews, because the whole Jewish calendar is based on the oral Torah, so they would go to the Jews. But there was disagreements in Rome. Don't ask what was going on. Until finally, most people think of the Council of Nicaea as a council where it was determined the nature of Jesus. Was he a full God, equal to the Father, or not equal to the Father? That's what almost everyone thinks. No one even thinks that this was an issue. But this was a huge fight, because Christians eventually, as anti-Jewish rhetoric in the church heated, and very rapidly, it was like the anti-Jewish, and the truth is, I can't blame the patristic, the church fathers, because if you read the Christian Bible, of course you're going to hate the Jews. Luther was not crazy. Don't think that. I know you, the Christians watching it today, loves Jews, love Israel. Believe me, all the church fathers hated us from beginning to end. So eventually Christians really thought that it was really inappropriate for, this is what a vile abomination this is. They thought it was really unseemly that the church should go to the Jews to know when they should celebrate their most important festival, right? No one in the Christian Bible was celebrating it. So ultimately, Constantine, who was a vile, filthy anti-Semite, and his letter you can read, it's available online, he writes, how could we even contemplate celebrating this most holiday on the day that the filthy, dirty, I'm paraphrasing it, but it's not far. This thing could have been written by Streicher. It could have been written by Goebbels. Dirty, filthy Jew. So therefore, he rearranged Easter, not even to depend on Jewish calendar, rather to coincide with the vernal equinox. You're celebrating Easter, you're celebrating not only idolatry, it's idolatry, and you're celebrating something that is an abomination to God. I say it, I love you guys, but that's the truth. You're celebrating even its innovations later on. The split in the church and how great it was. Because Constantine wasn't this very religious Christian and so on who really wanted to know what the Lord. There was the split in the empire over which day it should be celebrated. Whoa, what a fight. It literally, by every account, could have split the empire completely. Now we don't talk about it. And that's why it's dated. So you're going on the day that literally, like Goebbels is one, it's that the day even was set aside, later on by the hatred of the Jews. So in every way, it's a vile abomination. Besides the fact of Easter and Ishtar, you all know that. You don't need me to tell you that. But so celebrating this vile abomination, if I say, I don't mean to be insulting to Christianity, but then I thought, that's pretty ridiculous. That is so unpleasing to Hashem. It so defiles your neshama. It's so bad for you, Jew or Gentile, that I would strongly recommend not only not attending, but running as far away from it as possible. And the second point is its date was ultimately decided by a vicious anti-Semite. Please, I discuss this extensively in Volume 1 of Let's Get Biblical, and I have Constantine's letter about the Jews. I just assure you now, if you have the stomach for it, I promise you, there was nothing that Jules Streicher, may his memory be erased forever, one of the 10 Nazis executed in Nuremberg on October 16th, 1946. There is nothing in the letter of Constantine assigning Easter to this date connected to the vernal equinox. There is nothing in there that Streicher didn't say. That's how. And for the non-Jew, Ben Noach, the world, forget about it. All blessings come from blessing Israel. So Easter is from every direction. A person should run as fast as you could, as fast as you can away from it. So what can I tell you? I'm going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you, it's and Easter is taken seriously. Christmas, so I don't know, maybe. I hear Christians complaining about Christmas, that it's sort of, it's lost the spirit and it's commercialized, but Easter, maybe for some families, Christmas has sort of, become just sort of a family holiday and they forget that it's happy birthday to Jesus. Maybe. But Easter is is always been an Easter, Ishtar, this is a Babylonian, and let alone the eggs and the bunny rat, all that stuff is a person should run from it. You know what, if you run from this, it's like giving Hashem a kiss, saying, it's like turning to your wife. Imagine you're going out with your friends, right? And the friends are going to some, party with these girls who are, God knows what they're doing. And you say, when the friends tell you, we're going to this party with every sin you can imagine going on there, you say, wait, I'm married. Imagine a bunch of girls are going to some bachelorette party. I never was invited, but I hear what goes on, right? And a woman says, wait, I'm married to a man. I need to get out of the car. I don't want to go there. I am married already. Well, if you're married to God, just get out of the car.
To kind of touch on that also, the idea of Easter and the Passover lamb, it's like a complete flip-flop. With the Passover lamb, it was commanded to them to slaughter that Egyptian god and smear the blood on the doorpost as a sign that they're not afraid of their situation. So it seems, in my mind and heart, it seems like that if I did not get out of the car, then it would be like I was one of those people back in Egypt who was not willing to smear the blood on the doorpost. I'll eat the lamb, but I'm not going to put the blood on the doorpost, letting them know that that's where I stand. So I think getting out of the car really is probably the best advice I've heard. It's really awesome.
Hashem adores you. He loves you. He wants you to his own. Don't go to the party. Don't go to this bachelorette party with all this adultery. Say, you know what? I have a husband at home who I adore and I love, and I know that he doesn't want me to be in such a place. Believe me, you want to give God a kiss. This is the way to do it. It's not for any child of God.
אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נעשה בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא עובר והוא עובר והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציא נברא לעת נשא בחפץ הכל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא עובר והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציא נברא לעת נשא בחפץ הכל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא עובר בתפארה והוא עובר והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפץ הכל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא עובר והוא עובר והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפץ הכל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא עובר והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפץ הכל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא עובר בתפארה והוא עובר והוא יהיה בתפארה בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפץ הכל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא עובר והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפץ הכל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא עובר בתפארה והוא עובר והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא היה והוא עובר בתפארה והוא עובר והוא יהיה בתפארה